In this video, we're going to revisit how to create a seamless loop as learned in previous classes, as well as present another method for creating a seamless loop. So let's begin. The first method that you learned on how to create a seamless loop involved first scanning through and listening to the audio file to find a segment that was more or less not as dynamic as the other components, so that way you could create a nice loop that doesn't have too much dynamic fluctuation. I'm going to choose this segment right here, and I'm going to trim my audio by pressing Command T. Okay, I have 9 seconds of audio, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this into 3 equal segments here, and I'm trying to get as close to as I can to this. I'm going to once again press Command T to trim this, and then Command D, not once but twice, to duplicate everything. I then press Command A to select everything, and then Command F to open up my batch fades tool. Now that 3 seconds that I identified, that's crucial here, because that is the component that happens both before and after our selection that is going to be used to create the crossfade. So I'm going to set my crossfade length here, not to 250 milliseconds, but I'm going to set it currently to, let's set it to 2 3/4 seconds, and we'll click on OK. And as you can see here, it has shown us where the crossfade occurs, and we're going to now select that center region. We will press Shift Option 3, and that applies our edit. And so now we can get rid of the first and the third clip, and we're left with a perfectly seamless loop. Now, the loop that I created here was very, very, very short, and I would, under normal circumstances, not make this loop that short. However, it does demonstrate the process. So you always want to use the longest loop that you can, so to avoid any rhythmic variations. The shorter the loop is, the more recognizable a rhythmic pattern is that can be created from this. Okay, so let's now go ahead and take a look at another way of creating a seamless loop. I'm going to just walk all the way back to the beginning here. And in this case, what I am attempting to do is I'm going to divide the clip into 2 equal portions. So I select that right in the middle and press Command E. This splits the track. Now, this is going to take a moment to kind of think about this. There is already a natural progression, or a natural flow of the audio from this section to this section. We're going to use that as the boundaries for our loop. So I am simply going to reverse the 2 clips. Once again, this is, you can see here, this is clip number 1. The ending point of clip 1 marries perfectly with the beginning point of clip number 2. I'm going to simply drag the 2 on top of one another. And if you now notice, with our Smart Tools enabled, I have a crossfade tool that can appear at the bottom. And if I simply drag this, you can see that it allows me to create a crossfade region. Now, at the present time, it can't perform this because the fade that I'm requesting it to do is out of bounds. It's out of the region that has audio in it. So I'm going to simply allow the program to adjust the boundaries so that it is within that region. And with one click, it's now capable of doing this. And just like before, I can press Shift Alt 3, and that now creates our transition, our crossfade. If I can select all 3 of these together and press Shift Alt 3, I now have repaired the loop, making this a newly seamless loop. Now, the only drawback with this last approach that I mentioned is that there is the possibility that you might get a little bit of a dip in volume on your crossfade region, so it's imperative that you go ahead and review the entire loop all the way through before exporting it.